Alright. Yeah, this is happening. Otherwise, oh, here's a ping. So, Walk in the Maze is the map name. This time alone. No Turbo, no Lars. And I watch the GPS. Okay, jump to the right. Checkpoint. Okay, here to the left. Down. Oh yeah, there was something with download a mod, which I didn't do yet. So this map looks a bit different than what you see here. Maybe the mod will load itself. Okay. Let's see if escape will bring us a mod. Oh yeah, it worked. I'm happy. Sadly, I wasn't that focused now on the GPS, as I was. I mean, you cannot remember the GPS anyway when you watch it with a different mod. Oh wait, I'm in freebie. I didn't know that. Ach, of course, here I pass it. Yeah, we have to go here. Okay, then let's do it full speed. That's one way to do it. Ah! That's the wrong way to do it. Okay, I have to find out how to do this the best. I don't know if that was correct. No, here's no way actually. It's very confusing to me to see where this is leading. I have to go very inside. Is there any other way? Almost. I'm not sure, like, where do I go here? Yeah, of course with the stairs. Ah. Okay. Yeah, but I get slowdowns everywhere. What I don't know is if there's a safe line when you land shit here. Yeah, probably the other stair will bring me up. We're gonna watch the GPS now for a second time to see the lines again. 104 it is. Best time so far is 129. Alright, so here jump down to the left. Now this is a... There he does a small drift, okay. Now to jump up. Yeah, this can be driven better. Okay. Good. So I will do a run where I will train some checkpoints. I don't need to drive a run through in the whole seating in theory. I can train the whole time. But yeah, it's important that on every sector I know what the limit is. Okay, but so far I didn't have the urge to respawn until here. So here I'm really not sure where I'm driving. I have no orientation. I think I should stay in the camera one. Even though I can't really see shit. What if I go cam 3 and then cam 1? Maybe. I go here in cam 3, cam 1 back. Just to straighten out the camera early. I could see that. So far I didn't get a good though. It's very confusing. I don't know. Very confusing, but camera 3 is also not helpful. So actually I want to continue now, but I keep failing. Okay, so here you need to go tight. Tighter. I got a slowdown in that transition. It's right ahead of a free wheel, so that's quite important here. So in here, I'm pretty sure you just jump to the right, yeah. I wanted to test out what's faster, but the respawn is really far away. And you can't even activate your own ghost, so it's probably not possible. But I think that this is quite obvious. It must be obvious to do it. You don't want to land on these ramps and then make a huge corner. So this transition there is also important. So after this checkpoint you can go immediately to the left. Ah, okay. I have to watch out though, this is getting tighter than it first looks. Yeah, actually it's tighter than it looks. It's better you come from the outside. So and then here just straight into the entry. And here I wanted to figure out if you don't have the speed, can you then slowly get up here, and can you finish from here? What is the idea? What is the safe finish? Can't find it, what the map author planned. I mean, maybe you can just jump from here, but not when you have bad speed. Also, this is confusing. There's a... Is this a gap? Nah, it only looks like that. Yeah, I don't know what the plan is. The last sector is quite long. So if you get a landing bug or a bad exit, then you have problems. You have to respawn, the respawn takes long. It is something that I don't really like. The respawns seem very long on this track. One important part, like the difficulty comes in at the end of the sector, and that can make you lose a lot of time. Upsala, forgot. Jump far enough. Oh, Vortex is on the server. That should be the same Vortex from the Diablo Cup. Okay, I just realized how much actually is driven in freewheel. I didn't figure out that this was freewheel. Yeah, this red gate, there it is. When you focus on it, you realize. But really, these gates, they could really be more redder, like easier to see. Now also these checkpoint gates that are blue, but sometimes you just can't see it, or barely see it. Wow, there are so many weird edges and bumps. I don't know. Not really a fan of this track so far, because it feels like you can get randomly slow, and all these freewheel parts I'm also not really enjoying them too much in maps, because they make drifting very weird. Also, you have to know, like, when you have a freewheel active, then you cannot make a drift and adjust your drift with releasing. And all my drifts that I do on normal tech maps, I'm always releasing there. And I'm used to that. This gives me confidence. And with a freewheel drift, I cannot do that, because it is already releasing anyway. And that is, like, for me then quite annoying. And here are quite some parts where this plays a role. Yeah, and then you have edges what you can hit, and then you get stuck with freewheel. It's dangerous on this map, very dangerous. So this is close to the GPS time. It is very stacked today. We have Hazard, Ice, Lingo. And Yannick was of course also there together with his boys and girls. And that's it with a warm-up. 15 minutes are over and we go live. First round in this knockout without elimination. And then the biggest question is always, how many DNFs will there be in the first knockout round? So make your bet in the chat, guys. What do you think? How many DNFs are there? We have 58 players that start this knockout. Okay, we have one vote for 7. Any other votes? I say, yeah, on this map it won't be that much. 7 is, I think, pretty good. What would I say? Will it be less or more? How many do we even have planned? Like, I guess 4 knockouts are intended in the first round, I guess. Are there any... I think... I would think less than 7, but... there are things that you can fail, where you can get stuck, maybe. People have 50 seconds of finish timeout, so there's quite a lot. They have really a lot of time. But when you see this guy, for example, struggles with the ending, and I think the ending is the part where I can see people struggling a bit. Yeah, because I don't know the safe way into it. So I go now for 8. I go now for 8, but I could definitely see it being less. Let's see how many are planned in by the plugin. 4 are planned. Let's go. Hey, this is so bugged, this part. Has again something from TM2RPG. Yeah, lately when I played is also a TM2RPG styled map from the decoration. And this one here is kinda the same. So, now how many will there be? We have already 2 DNFs. We started now with 61 players, also some players joined. Here also Wuruwin joins during the round. Yeah, Joso asking also is there safe way. You love slowdowns and bugs on a map that's 75% freeway, yeah. So we have also other players that are not in the finish yet, besides the last 4. We have only 10 seconds to go. This guy here finished and is only 45th. There's a 46th finisher as well. But, it's more than we thought, I guess. Also more than 8. It's 13. But some of these were joining during the round and had no chance to finish. Like Wuruwin, for example. here also counts in there. That's then of course a bit fucked up for the voting, but it's still crazy how many that are. Also so far I'm struggling to get a good run through, good times through. So mainly, there's a track. There's a part that I'm searching somewhere here. It's really hard to see how much elevated some of this stuff is, and how, of course, the invisible uphill here over the stairs looks like, and where the transition into these rocks then exactly is. Also, yeah, difficult. Then this tube here, of course, goes basically into this direction here. We have now 4 KOs. Also here in the start I'm losing quite some time, and to someone I lose actually a full second. Yannick's. Yeah, I need to make sure that I don't jump too early to the right. Because if I fuck this up, I have such a long respawn that I will be in the mud in the later rounds. Apropos in the mud. Also ja, this... I'm not a fan of this map. Like in Team 2, in Trackmania 2 you can see these edges, feel these edges better, but here I'm really unsure with certain sections. You just don't see on what you're driving. And then you have transition over transition, and of course it matters quite a lot on what you're driving. Yeah, then also this weird tube exit. I don't know. This uphill here, yeah, such a simple corner back here, this hairpin into the uphill. I get slowdowns on the bottom, then this turn here is also weird. What my car's doing, I once wanted to air brake on the small jump, and then I was like braking on the ground, where I thought, hey, shouldn't I have short airtime there? And then you have the freewheel right after that corner. And when you get good speed through the freewheel, it's kind of impossible to survive the left turn. Also, I don't know. I still don't know the line there. Yeah, and this downhill, I mean, you saw me struggling there quite a lot in the seeding. Yeah, look, I got slowdown again. Also here, the speed is so important. I touched now again there. But if you don't touch, you can get so much exit speed out of this. But there are only edges and stones and everything. I just try to find a limit. Oh god, oh god. I mean, what can you do against this? Dude. When you land just a slightly bit shit there, you cannot make it into the finish, and there's just no safe way. At least I didn't find it. Yeah, what did I want to search here? Yeah, exactly that, where I am. Too late. Wanted to figure out here these stones. The weird thing is that the freewheel block, the item is placed diagonal in the corner, so you can kind of decide like how late you want to touch it. But then you have to align your thought with all the bumps on the road, on the ground. So that's only 3/10 now. I mean, 3/10 is still a lot. And 7th place is also not great. Oh my god! Why was that close suddenly? How did I not make it up? I'm confused. I mean, there is only a straight before. Ah! Boah. Ended up being good. Hey! I don't know what that is, but I get slowdowns. Damn. Okay, if you jump off from the right side, you are closer to the house than on the left side. But on the left side, you could just jump straight, while on the right side, you would need to do some diagonal jump already, and then it becomes longer already. I don't know the transition here from the stone to the invisible uphill from the stairs. It's so hard to say. Yeah, you wanna go outside here. Pretty outside, I'm sure. Jozo is out. You can also face plant the stairs. You can randomly clip in the barrel at the end. Yeah, there are some issues with such a track. Like for rounds or knockout at least. Yeah, now for example I was so fast, but I just couldn't brake. Yeah, look, that's the line. Look how much speed I have. Way too much speed now. Also I'm clueless in the start. I don't find the line. I just want a nice consistent line. It's okay if it's half a second slower, but if it would at least be only half a second and the kinda consistent, then I would take it. Okay, improving a little bit here. I mean, most of the time from these 1.8 seconds I lost in the start. I think you are not allowed to enter the stair far on the left. I think there you get the slowdown. Yeah, similar time, but I got huge slowdown in the end. Lingo was in red. Area is in red. Ending can save him though. And does save him. There are enough crashes. Hazard with a 101. So far I don't see how to gain so much time. But it's a freewheel map, and if you just enter a freewheel part with a bit more speed, then it can snowball, of course, quite a lot. I almost crashed there, felt like. Whoa! It seems what I did now in the start was good. Because I was in the lead and now I crashed. Ah, unlucky. Maybe it's still a PB. But only 7th now. Maybe I'm also out, eh? Boah. That was my best run that I had. And I'm almost out. I would have been so unlucky if I go out immediately with the first time that I'm kinda in danger in all these last rounds with not making it in the end. And it was only 8 seconds, the other rounds it was like 13 or something. Naja. I survived it, I stayed in. It's of course, generally it's just an unlucky way to go out if it happens that you go out with that kind of mistake. If there is even a mistake on the player's side. Well, I had a different gear, I think a lower gear, but the lower gear made me faster. That was interesting. Oh, I almost didn't make it again. I don't know, it's so random. That was the last 4KO round, actually a top 17 round. And Vortex was in danger. I almost didn't make it again. Gets like a slow, like a weird landing, and then the stair itself can also push you a bit, like slow you down and push your nose a bit lower. I don't like that. Because in the finish jump, you of course would like to risk and jump as far to the left as possible. That will gain you some time, of course, and jumping kind of straight and then making the turn on the roof. But when you can't trust on your speed that your car has, that's hard to risk. What is that slowdown on the edge? Slowdowns everywhere on this map. Yeah, good acceleration. There are certain gears that have a great acceleration, it seems like, out of the freewheel. Wow, also every time now it's close. I don't know. Arias again in danger, but they are still... I think he's out. I think Kaurim did finish. Also we are coming now pretty quickly into the exciting part of this cup. The top 11 now. And we have 2 KOs per round, a bit longer than in the normal cup of the day. Here it's until 6 players. So 3 more rounds. What a slowdown. Oh, there are people super far away. Saving Lingo, who is 11 seconds behind and might survive the top 11 round. That's actually crazy. I mean, that's then lucky, because this random ending doesn't cost that much. It costs less. So he had some additional stuff, and I mean, with only that many players left, how likely is the chance that there are 2 people even slower than that? I was almost out with 8 seconds. Some rounds earlier, with more players, way more players. But of course, can always be the one round where they all survive it. I got such a slow start now. Speaking of a round where everyone survives, and yourself have just a slower round. Oh, thanks God, man. I got Vortex. But you see Hazard on yellow, then Ice, Lingo, Yannex and Förster, Korchi and 1. We are basically, this is now the round. It was the round, yeah. We have only really good players left. The 2 that were knocked out before were not that known. But yeah, now you need a decent time all the time. But I still drove 104, even though I was in last for a long time and had, for example, also not the greatest landing here in this quarter pipe jump. So in theory I can definitely improve. I mean, I know that I can improve. I didn't actually finish a single run yet with the pace that I had in that one round where I was first here in the middle. And this is Ines and Court. Weren't they first and second? Oh wait, Korchi is in with plus 6.7 seconds and Lingo is out. That was maybe one of these, yeah, random finishes. Exactly. Like that's 7 seconds. Then you can expect that it was that part. Thanks for the bits, Elfroth. Now only 1 KO, top 5. It's close. Dude. And I improved by 6/10. And Hazard is out. That was the correct movement to PB. But I said that I have a much better pace than what my earlier PB was, so... got such a huge slowdown there, I don't know what it is. But what I know is there is one crash. 3 seconds. But you cannot save the ending, sadly. Just going a bit straighter in the jump. So you see, I saw that I am 3 point something ahead, and then I lose exactly 2.9 towards the towards the end. So that's the save that I do. The top 2, however, drove some really good runs there. They didn't save. Acceleration here was so shit. Man, why do I always get in the top 3 rounds some weird random slowdowns? What the heck was that? Also here, I have no speed. And I was so fast. Yeah, like this I have of course no chance. I mean, my chance was probably anyway not there. Holy moly. I got slowdown literally everywhere. Also they drove 1 or 2 mid, that is not easy to do. Hard to say if there was a chance. I actually wasn't that far behind, surprisingly. The only round where I can see if they have different lines. Yeah, I don't know. Whenever I went so inside there, I was always losing time. I was always losing speed. So it's hard to understand. Yannick's with a bit of a lead. Ice gets a very clean landing, but this was not clean, and Yannick has a huge lead now. They go super tight. Interesting. Oh. Why is that so smooth for them? Okay, now Ice had whatever gear that is, but he has the better gear, and he has also the outside line before the freewheel that gives him even more speed. This, however, was slow for Ice, and it's gonna be very tight towards the finish, but he's still ahead. But there is Yannick suddenly coming, and the finish jumped the sides! They both had to release, and it's a 1 or 2.06 for Ice, who just gets closer to the edge of the house in the end. What is that final round? Lately we have so many sick finals. In Cup of the Days and other competitions. Incredible run. To the line, as GG would say, and it was kinda... It was decided by wood jumps further diagonal, but they both were too fast. And they didn't even know that the other car's inside of them. They had no idea. But both were too fast, both had to release. It was already looking close for Yannick's. And, but Ice was kinda on the same line, but Ice could stay longer on the throttle or went earlier onto the throttle after the release. You would need to watch that in slow-mo. That was a run. And yeah, would have been difficult for me to beat that. But I guess, for me it's just more a random factor if I have the pace for that time. If I don't get a slowdown in the beginning, in this first freewheel section, with this long right turn, There was one round where I was second after that part. If I get that, then I think I can drive 1 or 2 low. But it heavily depends on that, because in the top 3 round, for example, I got such a massive slowdown and bad acceleration, and then you have a long full speed part, so I definitely lost a lot of time in that section. So it kinda needs that, but I don't know how to consistently get that speed through the freewheel part and at the exit of it. And Ice kinda also won it because of the exit of the other freewheel section, where Yannick's got like a stopping gear, and Ice just directly got super much speed, but I also don't know there what causes this. Felt like a lower gear is better, even though that makes not much sense, but maybe it makes sense because there's higher here RPM maybe. But then you would need to gear still, so that's the opposite side of the medal. Yeah, hard to say.